Hey guys and gals, what's up? This is Gimli1357 here, and I'm doing part 2 of the Halo 5 Intel and Skulls guide to show you how to get all of the Intel and Skulls and all of the missions Halo 5 Guardians that came out just last week. So we're going to be doing missions 4, 5, and 6, that is the Meridian Station, Unconfirmed, and Evacuate. So we're going to be doing those 3 missions, starting off with Meridian Station. So in Meridian Station, you will want to run up here to this little corner right at the start. Before you go through the gate, you'll find this little cart and barrels. It's on top of a barrel. Hey, look, there's Pace Vent. I'll go ahead and pick that up right there. By the way, this mission has absolutely no enemies, so it's really easy to get all the intel, you know. And then as soon as you go through the gate, you'll want to kind of head to the left, and you'll find all these barrels and this landing pad and thing, and then you'll find this barrel, jump over the barrel, and hey, look, there's a black box, and there's a piece of data pad and intel on top of that. Alright, and so once you grab that, you're going to want to go around the little circle thingy in the middle of that area. You'll see this big building, and then to the right of the building, you want to go up, and the first thing that you want to do is go ahead and get yourself a soda. So just go get the soda. Stupid soda machine's not working. Alright, fine. Just turn to your right and get the piece of intel instead, because apparently the soda machine's not working. Alright, so directly from that, you'll want to just kind of turn around, head back towards the little circle thing, but go kind of in between the buildings, jump up here onto this orange girder thing on top of the building, head over here to these boxes, and hey, look, what's on top of that box? It's a data pad. Let's go ahead and pick up the data pad, and we're now halfway done with this mission. This mission is really difficult. So directly from there, just drop down to your left, and there's another data pad. That's one of the hardest ones in the game to find, as you can probably tell. And then immediately from this data pad, you'll want to head over on top of this building. Now you can go around the back, or you can just do parkour, and jump all over the place to get on top of this tower right here. Jump on top, and look, another black box with a data pad. Something about black boxes and data pads. It's almost like a black box has, like, audio recordings on it or something. I don't know. Anyway, behind that building, you'll want to walk down here, and instead of a black box, we're going to find this one in a dumpster. So, not in the building, dumpster next to the building. Next to 2 guys who also just talk for no reason at all. You'll find the 7th one. And now for the very last one, you kind of have, this one's a little bit like longer because you have to kind of run all over the place. So you have to climb all the way up to the tippity top tower of this tower. And on top of the tippity top tower of the tower, you'll find, can you guess what you're going to find? You'll find 2 people. You know what's next to those 2 people? Another little tower thingy. So jump up on top of that little tower thingy. You know what's on top of that little tower thingy? It's a data pad. So go ahead and pick that up. Now we're going to be moving on to the mission Unconformed. And in the mission Unconformed, you are going to, at the very, very start, as soon as you get out of the Pelican, just head over here and you'll find this pile of rubble and a radio stuck in a rock. Because that can happen, apparently. And then a little bit later on, when you're going through this building, it's right before you fight, like, any enemies, really. You're going to want to jump up onto this ledge over here, and you'll find a bunch of lockers and a chair. On the chair is a data pad. And you'll notice this says 3 because I got the 2nd and 3rd one out of order, and I had to come back. That's also why there's, like, nothing happening here, because I already cleared out all the enemies, so. But anyway, a little bit later on, when you go after you fight the enemies, you'll find this data pad on a chair next to a thing on the wall. And that's the real number 3, even though it said number 2. Now, when you get to this ship that the great almighty Master Chief was flying earlier, you will want to get on top of that ship. So the easiest way is to come over here to these boxes, climb on top of the boxes, look over at the ship, just kind of jump into a space flight jetpack. Why can't I? I falled. Why'd I fall? Okay, so you want to climb back up there, and then on the wing, and then you want to go all the way to the back of the spaceship, right near where the giant flaming engine burners are, because that's the safest place to stand, and also the safest place to store your favorite audio diary. So go ahead and pick that up. And then we're going to be moving on to the next piece of intel. Intel number 5, which is over here near the door thing. When you fight a bunch of enemies out here, a lot of snipers, you'll want to just do a Fusro Da through the door. You'll find a big fan and a data pad right next to the big fan. There you go. So number 5. Now we are actually going to be getting the skull for this mission, which is right when you go through that big door that the fan was next to that little building. As soon as he opens that up, climb up here, and in this little secret dark cave area, there is the blind skull. Because it's so dark in here, you can't see, so it's like you're blind. And then a little bit later on, when you get to the fiery pits of Mount Doom, you will want to jump on these little pipes over here on the right, which is directly once you get to this area. And you'll climb up on this pipe, climb up over here, and then what's over here in the corner? It's a radio stuck in a rock again. What is with radios stuck in rocks? Seriously, I've never seen a radio inside of a rock before. Anyway, near the end of this mission, when you're climbing down this, we're running down this pathway with lava, you'll see this stairway on your left. Go ahead and climb up that stairway and go to the end of the stairway. And you know what's going to be at the end of that stairway? A data pad. That's right, a data pad. So there you go. There's the 7th one, and that's the last one for this mission. So we're now going to evacuate. Moving on to the mission Evacuation. As soon as you do the fancy teleport thing outside, you're going to get on a mongoose. You'll drive down here before you cross the bridge. Head up here onto these little stairway things, and you'll get a data pad. Now, the tricky thing about this is the data pad and the skull on this mission kind of conflict. So what I recommend doing is getting the data pad first and then restarting the mission, since it keeps the data pad. You don't lose it. And that way you don't have to do the whole mission twice. So then, starting at the very start of the mission, you have to shoot these 5 caution cones. So get on a mongoose, shoot. That's the first one right there to the left at the very start when you're going down. Now the second one's a little bit ways down. You have to roll over, get knocked over by AI who are supposed to be your teammates, but they apparently want to wreck into you and try to kill you. And then you'll do a barrel roll, and then you'll fly over here over this little ramp, and then next to the place where the first data pad was, go ahead and shoot that. Oh, I should probably mention you have 2 minutes to get all 5 of these, which is why you can't just simply stop there, get at that data pad, and come back down, because you don't have enough time. Unless you're like the Flash. So there you go. There's number 3 right near the end, near some boxes. So go ahead and pick that one up, and then drive through this little arc thing around this big thing, and then there's tower barrels and a cone next to it. So go ahead and shoot that, and then fly over here next to this crash ship, where if you remember there was a data pad in an earlier episode, and there's a caution cone there instead now. Let's grab that, and that's all you got to do. But you won't get the skull until near the end of the game, and I'll show you where it appears. In fact, it's at the end of the game. But anyway, once you get through all of that and you kill all the enemies outside and he finally opens the door for you and says that you're safe, then you go up on this little lift on the left and hey look, there's a radio. And there you go. So that's intel number 2. And then in the same room, directly across, you're just going to want to jump down here, run over here, and you're going to climb up on a bunch of boxes and barrels and things when it's sudden but inevitable betrayal. And you'll climb up over here, and it's directly there where that little scaffolding is. But for some reason, I went up here, and I wanted to do like a cool jump, and I failed, so that's why there's like a weird crossfade here. But anyway, it's right there. So it's right there. So just go ahead and grab a radio in a rock again. Seriously, stop putting radios in rocks. And then once you're done with that, you're going to be moving on to once you get to the big circular room where you have to activate the elevator thing. Go over here to the left instead of the activation, bust through the door, an all Superman-like, Hulk-like smash, and then it'll be on a chair to the left. But don't ask me why I just kind of fall into the wall, and then there's another crossfade, because there's a data pad. Just pick it up. And then you're going to be going on a little bit later once you go outside, and you'll normally see the Guardian right there. I cleared all of the enemies in this area just to make this part easier, which is why you don't see him there, because he already flew around the building. And you'll just kind of climb over here to this stairway, and you'll see a little purple sign, jump over the scaffolding, look at the helmet, and then look at the data pad, and push X. And then you will get the data pad, unless you somehow change your control scheme. I don't know if you can to where it would be some other next. I'm sure you can. But anyway, when you're near the top where you see the thing where it says 2 on the thing, and there's all the enemies up there, again, I cleared them all out. Just walk down the steps a little bit, jump over the first scaffolding, and hey, look, there's your last piece of intel for this mission. Now, at the very end of the game, right when you're walking outside and Guardian's out there just like burping on you, you'll walk over here, and in the ground, sticking halfway out with just the top of his skull, is a skull. Imagine that. So you'll just want to kind of look down there, and hey, look, it's a skull. It's the thunderstorm skull, because it's like storming outside. And then as soon as you pick it up, you'll see a bright, blinding white flash. And I hope you enjoyed this guide. So tune to Gamer's Guide and Gimli1357.com for more achievement tips, reviews, and guides. And for the continuation of this series showing you all the intel. It's cool. See you all later, folks.